Good. Well, first of all, man, what's up, bro? How you feeling today? You good?
Yeah, dude, I'm doing great. Just in the studio right now. We're just working on some stuff. Took a little break. It's been a long week.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. First of all, like she said, my name is Big Reid. I host a night show here in the Bay Area. Got a chance to hear your single yesterday for the first time. Bad Day. I think it's dope. I think your vibe is cool, man. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about you during this conversation. Just getting the feel for how you got started in music, a little bit behind your journey. So just as much as you're gonna hear these questions over and over and over for like the next year or two, man. Just hit me with it. How'd you get started? How'd you get into it?
Yeah, yeah, no, I've been kind of around a musical family my whole life. So it's been like like since I was younger. Like my mom was saying, my uncle sang, like my whole family pretty much was like into music and stuff like that. So I was really surrounded around it like my whole life. So as I was growing older, like I didn't really like get into like making music myself until like I turned about 14 years old. That's around the time I grew up in Seattle, Washington. And then
Okay.
when I was 14, I moved over to North Carolina and I got more into the hip hop side of things. When I was in Washington, I was younger. I was just really listening to all the music my dad was listening to, which is like a bunch of like rock music and stuff like Pro Jam, Linkin Park, Green Day, stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So once I got it to North Carolina, it was like a way bigger hip hop scene over there. And so I dove deep into like the hip hop music side of things, and it kind of inspired me to start making my own music and writing. So I started basically just rapping in my closet over YouTube beats and stuff. And no matter what I was doing, I was just always writing songs. Since throughout, like it was like a 7 year process until now. But eventually, I was able to, you know, I was working so much where it was just like I was just tired of my everyday to day life and stuff like that. I was selling cars,
Okay.
and yeah, I was after, this is all after college. I went through college and everything, and then COVID happened, and I moved back to my parents' house, and I started selling cars, and then I opened a studio out of my house.
Mm.
So I built a studio in like my laundry room with a friend of mine, and we kind of set it up. I got like my music sounding how I wanted it to sound, and I was able to quit my job, run the studio full time, and I started, releasing music and like promoting it and doing all that stuff. And that's when my manager hit me up. Was this past December when we built the studio this past December, and then I started releasing music around the same time. And my manager hit me up through Instagram, and yeah, the rest is pretty much history.
That's what's up, bro. That's a dope story, man. You did it on your own. You grinded, you pushed it, and
Yeah.
got it all together. How much of a shock was it to go from living in Seattle to being on the West Coast? You said to North Carolina, right? It's
Mhm.
it's two different worlds, bro. Like, how was that for you to adjust to that? Was it easy? I don't. I remember, like, I grew up in the Bay Area, and I went to Charlotte once. And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, this is different. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, like, how was that for you? How was that whole little transition?
Well, when I was living in Washington, I was living in like a really small town, like a really like it was
Okay.
like a little country town. And so when I moved to North Carolina, it was kind of the same vibe,
Mm.
like really country, like just like everyone was so nice, and like the town I lived in was like a big melting pot, so there was a lot of people from everywhere. So it felt a little homey, but it was definitely like a big culture shock, like being there and like the
Word.
culture, how everybody talks and how everybody dresses and things like that was definitely a shock to me, especially since I was a freshman in high school, like just trying to figure myself out. And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was a
for
tough
sure.
transition, but like I made it work, and the music definitely helped me get through that. And that's part of the reason why I started making music, was to help, like express all these emotions that I was feeling moving across the country.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard hip hop before you moved out of Washington and everything. But who are some of the artists that, like, I guess you could say, not that you relate. Well, yeah, you can relate to, but like that shaped your sound that you really dove into and really got into over the years.
Yeah, yeah. When I got here, it was like I got a lot into like Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, like Kendrick, Logic, like just like the really like lyrical side of things, like the whole like
Yeah,
rap side of things. Like it just like really interested me, like how they were like putting their words together, and like the metaphors and stuff they were saying, like really stuck with me. So it just like made me want to like do exactly what they were doing and just keep writing music.
for sure. What do you have on repeat right now? Like, if you listen to Spotify or Apple Music, like, what album are you diving into right now? Are you on that certified lover boy Donda hype that everybody's on right now, or are you diving into other things? Are you just just
I've
all over
been
the place.
I'm the type of person that doesn't really listen to like too much music. When I do, it's like some Polo G, Sleepy Hollow, like
Word,
like
word,
the
word.
robot
Okay,
stuff. Yeah, and then like I listen to more pop stuff, like a lot of like the mainstream music. I like to listen to a lot of mainstream music mainly because it's like mainstream for a reason. So like I want to like get to know how that type of music is made and stuff, and it kind of helps me make mine.
word. Let's talk about the single, bro. Bad Day. I mean, we know what the song's about. We hear it in the lyrics as soon as you kick off the song. Where'd the inspiration come from? Was it something that you were just putting together, or were you dealing with a situation at the time?
Nah, it was so I've been coming back and forth from New York a lot, just working with a bunch of different writers and a bunch of
Yeah,
different
yeah,
people. And we were in the session like I'll go a week and we'll just like grind out a week of sessions. And it was just this like one day session that I was in with my guy Remy, my guy Jesse, and my guy Doc. Doc, who actually you might be familiar with some of his work, he produced Cabo by Bankroll Hayden.
okay.
You heard it, but anyways, yeah, my boy Remy actually had like an altercation with some lady in an elevator on his way up to the studio that day. And so like yeah, so that, like he was just like it wasn't like a super like big deal, but he was like kind of pissed about it and didn't really like her for it. So he like mentioned that, and then the idea came about and we just kind of built on it, and we wrote the hook in like an hour or two, and then I had to get up and leave, and I had to fly back to North Carolina, and the song didn't really get finished until the last time I was in New York, which was like a month ago.
Word, word, word.
Yeah,
It's hella catchy, bro. I like the vibe to it. I like,
appreciate
lyrics. You can definitely use captions out of it. It's always a good song where you can pull a couple of lines out of it and put it on a post or something. You feel me? Um, After with Bad Day, like what's next? What are you currently working on? You still working on more music? I'm sure obviously you're in the studio right now, so you're obviously
yeah.
getting in. So what's the next few steps for you?
Yeah, right now we're just working on pushing this single, seeing how things go. Event like we're just testing the waters right now, just like going day by day. A remix might be a possibility in the future, but it really just depends on how things are going and what I feel like is best for like my brand and everything. So, but no, I mean I'm constantly making music. I'm always making music, and I'm planning on dropping an EP later this year, and it's just about piecing that together and just working on building like more of a platform.
Is there anything that worries you about getting deeper into the music industry? Is there anything that you've seen online that you've seen other artists, other artists go through that you want to try to avoid personally?
Yeah, the whole I've heard a lot of things from a lot of different people. The whole
Yeah,
record label side of things is something that like is definitely like really schemy. There's a lot of schemy things that go down in the music industry, and everybody knows it. But like, there's nothing really anybody can do about it besides just ride their own wave and do what they want to do. I feel like the whole like the music industry is just like at the end of the day it's a business. Like people got to make money, and so like people are gonna do what they got to do to make money. But the record label side of things is not something that like I've been like really diving myself into. Like I've talked to record labels and stuff like that, but it's just like we're doing our thing on our own. Like it's just me and my manager, and like we have like a PR team and stuff that we work close with Virgin Records and stuff. But like as far as like signing a record label, signing a record deal or anything like that, it's just like those are the things that where it can kind of get a little on the edge.
you're just taking your time with it because you really want to find yourself in a really good situation. I respect that, bro. That's the best way to approach it, to be honest with you, from what I've seen over the years and everything. Look,
Hmm.
man, I appreciate your time. I know they're about to have you doing a bunch of interviews and everything. These Zoom interviews, I don't know how many you've done already. They're always a little awkward and everything like that. So it's a lot better in person. But as soon as we get a chance to get you out over here, back on the West Coast, have you been to the Bay Area yet?
I was in LA not too long ago, actually shooting the music video for Bad Day. We shot the music video out there. We're planning on
Okay,
releasing it
word.
very very soon.
Yeah, LA is down south. The Bay and LA are two different places, but
Yeah.
of course I'm gonna say obviously the Bay Area, you feel me, is a
Yeah.
lot better, and we
Yeah.
got to get you up here, man. I think you'd really
Yeah.
enjoy it. I think you'd really enjoy the vibe and the people out here. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
West Coast kid, so it feels homey out there.
Word. Absolutely, absolutely, right? You a football fan?
Football fan? I grew up watching football with my dad, but it's not something that like I've never really gotten to sports. I kind of just do what I want to what I want to do.
Where yeah, he is right however you want to. Where I was just
Yeah,
curious. I was assuming
yeah,
that you were probably like a Seahawks fan or something like that.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's all good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm a Raider fan. Raider fans, we ain't got nothing wrong with Seahawks fans, but Niner fans, they be tripping. But it is what it is. Look, man, thank you again for your time. I look forward to meeting you in person, bro.
Thank you. You as well.